I remain Architect Utumu Joseph Amidu, instructor for the master class. In this class, we'll be learning about how to create our roofs, various types of roofs. We have the mono-pitch roof. We also have uh, the hipped or cable roof. So basically, we'll be learning how to install two different roofs, which are the mono-pitch roof and the hipped roof. What are the basics for roofing system? Before you work on your roof, first things first, we'll start with the hipped roof, and it's a very easy process. You go to your elevation, choose any of your elevation. Let's say we go to the east elevation. By implication, our roof is going to rest on this wall. Our roof is going to rest on this wall sill height. So first things first, before establishing our roof, we have to go to the level where the roof will be housed. Let's say we'll go to the wall sill height. So this is the level of the wall sill height. Well, for the sake of this class, we'll see how to install a concrete fascia. Although it's kind of it's not as contemporary as the mono-pitch roof, but we'll learn about the concrete fascia here. So what we need to do, remember that we've selected our wall sill height. What we have to do now is go to component. Instead of placing component now, we'll model the component. So this has brought us to family category and parameters. Please just pay attention to this video very well because it's going to help you. Now we're in the family category parameters. What we have to do now, you can select any of this, but it's going to affect what you're doing. So normally I usually go for casework and click on OK. As you can see, showing us the name of the casework. If you like, you can name it as the concrete fascia. You can rename it as concrete fascia. Concrete fascia. Hit your OK button. Now we have our concrete fascia. What I use basically here is the sweep command. The sweep command is going to help you to establish this. So when you click on the sweep command, all you have to do now is click path, or pick path rather. We now go to the edges of the external wall. Click on the edges of the external wall, the outer edges of the external wall. Now you can't really go forward because we have a line that is outside. We have to use our trim tool now, or later TR. If you remember our previous class, you have to trim this. You have to make sure that all the lines are connected or joined properly. Connect all the lines properly and then hit your finish edit mode. As you can see, this has been created. This is now the profile which we will use to create our concrete fascia. All you have to do now is click on the edit profile. You can see it's asking us which of the views we can use. We can go with the east by clicking open view. Now you can see this has given us, when you see this red dot and this line, it means we are good to go to model a concrete fascia. If you're conversant with Google SketchUp, there's a tool called the Follow Me tool. This sweep in Revit is almost the same thing as Follow Me on Google SketchUp. Now we can start drawing our concrete fascia. Decide on what height of concrete fascia you want to use. The default that I know about is 450. You can type it. Hit your enter. The width of the concrete fascia is usually 450 also, or 400 or 600, depends on what you want. I use 100. Also use another 100. Select another 100. Select another 100. You can now just cancel this. Come down here. Select 100. Select 100. Also select another 100 here. Now you can now use your radius arc. Yes. Now we have this. All you have to do when you're done drawing, make sure that all the lines are intersecting, all the lines are closed. Then you hit your OK button. You can still click finish model mode. by implication, you can see that we have already created our concrete fascia. To see this properly, you can click on the finish, then now click on your view tab, or to see it on the 3D model, you can come here. Remember, come here or click on this. As you can see, we have our concrete fascia. So this is our concrete fascia. Are you excited? Does it make sense to you? Very good. So now we're still proceeding. We've not really designed our roof. So what we're still doing now is we're still going back to the wall seal height. This is where we're going to actually establish our heaped roof. So what is the next step in establishing the heaped roof? Remember, we've established the concrete fascia. The next thing to do now is go to the architecture tab. To establish your roof, remember you can't use any other tab aside the architecture tab, because the roof command is under the architecture tab. So you now click on roof here. Remember, we're working on a heaped roof. We'll see how simple it is to establish a heaped roof. You now use your pick lines. You can draw the line manually, but it's going to waste your time. Picking lines is going to be easier. Pick the edges of your concrete fascia. Pick the edges of your concrete fascia. Pick the edges of your concrete fascia. As you can see, we have all these angles which have been established at angle 30. As you can see, the slope of each of these angles are 30 degrees. This triangle we are seeing here means all the slopes will be at 30 degrees. Now, when you tap on OK, by implication, automatically our roof has been created. Go to the south view. Does this make sense to you? Now we have a thickness of, we need to edit the roof. First of all, we can move this because it's on this level. All we have to do now is to click on this, click on the edge of the roof, take it up. Now we have a roof that is so thick and it's not lapping with this, but that's not an issue. All we have to do now is we need to edit the type of roof and its thickness. All we have to do now, as you can see, it has brought us this interface. Now is the type properties. All we need to do now is to click on the structure and click on edit. Now for thickness, you can establish a thickness of 25 or 30, what works for you best. Then under the material, this is also an avenue for us to learn how to apply materials. The roof we've selected does not have a material, so still under structure, all we have to do is click. There's a tiny button that appears here. Remember, to establish a material, you have to come towards the end of this box and you will see material by category. When you click on this, you can simply select. There's a pool of roofing options, but this is the most accessible roofing sheet here. All we have to do is to double click on it and then hit our OK button. When you go back to click the OK, you see that the roof has automatically adjusted. As you can see, if it's not still lapping, it means we'll have to edit the roof footprint to lap exactly with our concrete fascia. All we have to do is click on the edit, and we can do this simply by, as you can see, a go-to view has appeared after we clicked on edit roof. A view has appeared, so we can actually use our wall seal height, which will be much more easy and accessible. Now it's not displaying here normal brahaha. You can just select use your structural plans. On that structural plans, click on the wall seal height and it's clear. You can use our site to be more sure. A site now will give you a clearer picture. As you can see, at the site, it's showing us the external view. All you can do now, simply use your align tool. AL is the align tool. As I typed AL, as you can see, the align tool just automatically came on. All you have to do is click on the side, click on the edges. If you don't want to start drawing afresh, click on the edges, click on the edges, click on the edges, then hit OK. When you go back to your elevation, you see that it's lapping exactly. So now by implication, we have a good looking roof, a good looking heaped roof. I hope you've learned a lot about that. To see what you're doing in the realistic realm, you have to come here. Under this boxes here, there's a box here that shows visual style. this is under the hidden line. You can select this and choose realistic. You can see this now looks realistic. Now we can also set a color. You can choose a particular color for our concrete fascia. How can we do that? Simply click on it. Selecting a color is indirectly applying the material. It's as simple as that. When we click on the concrete fascia, everything is highlighted. All we have to do now is click on edit. It now takes us to we click on this again. As you can see under this interface now, it shows materials and finishes. We're applying the material now for the concrete fascia. All we have to do now is click at the edge here. It brings us automatically to the material browser. There are two ways of going about this. When you do this, you simply have to, you can create a new material or you can select from what we have here. If you can't get what you want from this list, all you can do is come here and create new material. You can rename it so it doesn't confuse you in the long run. Let's name this fascia. Hit the enter. You can select any color you like by choosing the appearance. You can select the ash, you can select white, whatever suits you. Or let's say we can use white for the sake of this class. Hit the OK. You can also increase the glossiness. Hit on the OK button. When you click on finish, so we have a white looking concrete fascia. Are you excited? From this view you can also see the shadows are off. You can turn on the shadows to see what to have a depth in your view. This is what your building now looks like. Simple, right? So now let's go back to hidden line so we have to turn off the shadow so our work isn't slow. Now we've learned about how to create the heaped roof. Now let's learn about how to create mono-pitch roof, another style of roofing system. All we have to do now is we'll have to delete this, or first of all let's save this project.